The rising waters of the rainy season have come again to Waterfall City, bringing a flood surge against the northern parapets. In times like this, Waterfall City resembles a ship in heavy seas. I shudder to recall my own ill-fated voyage on the schooner Venturer, which brought me and my son safely to the shores of this remarkable island 7 years ago. My son Will arrived ahead of the other Skybax riders, holding the scroll case in his outstretched hand. I was hoping for a letter since I had resolved to enter Chandara, Dinotopia's Eastern Empire, which had long been closed to visitors. At last I had my ticket to the East. Curiosities and splendor awaited us in the new land of Chandara, all breathtaking and wonderful to behold. But before we could reach the end of our odyssey, we would encounter the most underhanded treachery, unspeakable danger.
Arthur Denison, who's a scientist and an inventor and an artist, has received an invitation to this Eastern Empire from the Emperor of Chandara, and he travels there with his companion Bix, a small dinosaur, a Protoceratops. And along the way they discover a number of small cities and villages and meet a lot of dinosaurs and ultimately make it to the capital of Chandara. So it takes us into entirely new realms, new cultures, and new philosophies that we haven't met before in Dinotopia. Well, Dinotopia is a land where dinosaurs are still alive, and they've formed a civilization with humans. The dinosaurs have survived from ancient times there, and humans have been shipwrecked on the island over the years. Most of the dinosaurs are peaceful and have formed a peaceful utopia, but there are some scary dinosaurs too. There's some meat eaters in the forests. Yeah, the dinosaurs are all based on actual fossil finds, and they range from the big long-necked brontosaur and apatosaurus down to the tiny chicken-sized feathered dinosaurs, which have been found recently in China. There's a huge renaissance of discovery, but they all are alive in Dinotopia. In the mountains are some of the Ice Age mammals that are now extinct in the rest of the world. But this whole population of creatures lives on this island, and the people have arrived over the centuries from shipwrecks. Some of the ships actually have been rescued and brought ashore and turned into villages, and that's one of the places we visit in the new book. I do get letters from kids. In fact, I got one a couple of weeks ago that said, "Dear Mr. Gurney, my brother and I have been arguing about whether Dinotopia is real. Is it real or did you just make it up? And don't lie." And that's a hard question to answer because I think there are things in this world that are real, even though we can't confirm them with our senses. And Dinotopia is one of those places. It doesn't have, I can't give the latitude and the longitude, but it's out there somewhere. And that's one of the reasons that I did set the story in the 19th century, because there still were areas that were white areas of the map that weren't filled in. And if we can travel back in our imaginations to that time, we can almost dream that there was a place like this that perhaps lives on to this day. For me, it's a learning experience and a real privilege to travel to another world through these pictures and stories.
James Gurney reawakens Dinotopia in such vibrant color and imaginative detail that you will be left breathless.